Shalom. This is our part two of the video. I started earlier. Finally had some time to do it. But anyway, we was in Genesis, the 41st chapter, going into the 7 years of famine, 7 years of plenty. Okay, which the 7 years of famine put the 7 years of plenty to shame because, it was the judgment of the Heavenly Father. And the famine was that sore to the point that it was like there was no food ever in Egypt. And if you look at the markets today, markets are fluctuating, and what do you call the global supply chains are pretty much being halted. That's why I wanted to pull up this article. I couldn't do it earlier, but it says edible oil prices hit record high as food inflation worries persist. Okay, edible oil, if you know what that means. Okay, but it says edible oil prices continue to surge to record heights amid adverse weather conditions for the world's oil seed growers, adding to food inflation worries and will persist through 2022. So this is going to be an ongoing thing, to the point that the famine is going to kick in. And when the famine kicks in, that's when people are going to literally lose their minds, because remember, you're going to have multiple judgments happening at once. Okay, with the famine being one of the utmost, then you got the riots due to the whole see you know what, and on top of that, the economy collapsing. People are losing their jobs. People are going to be evicted in mass numbers, etc. So you can expect people to start losing their minds, man. Like over there in Kazakhstan, they're talking about they're rioting over there due to hike in gas prices, which that can be very well true. But I'm willing to bank that a lot of those riots and protests and those beheadings are really coming from people being forced to take the jab, man. Okay, that's where a lot of that adversity is coming from. So, hey, these people are mad as hell, man. And on top of that, once global famine hits and then the markets completely collapse, then World War III, okay? Because, hey, money, the nations, supply and demand, commodities, residuals, and then you have what they call, what you call it, of the earth, man. You have, damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. Not the commodities, man, but basically resources, man. Resources. That's a big thing. Okay, World War II, World War I, World War III, all based on resources, man. Because, hey, they say all wars are bankers' wars, and war brings money. So, hey, the elites, man, in their mindset, they're going to prosper heavily from World War III. All right, because let's just say if Yahushua did come back and allow that war to go on, for one thing, the whole earth would eventually be wiped out. Okay, second of all, if they did destroy everything and they were allowed to come out of those bunkers into regrowth, you know how much money they're going to transfer, how much wealth? Okay, because at that time there wouldn't be no cash. That's going to be totally obsolete. Cash was never meant to be a permanent thing, because like I brought out the information, mostly every dollar bottoms out after 100 years or so. Okay, and we're there with the dollar. So the dollars, you can kiss that goodbye, while Jake is talking about I want to get it back. I want to get a bag, Jakes. You're going to get bagged, all right? You're going to be putting the damn body back by your how about Shimi how shy, man, because he's sick and tired of playing games with you Israelites. All right, and it says here, rapeseed and canola prices, and that's the type of edible oil it's talking about. It's not talking about cannabis oil and stuff like that. But those come from different plants and so forth. But nonetheless, everything is getting ready to go up. But it says hits another record high on Friday after last year's harvest in North America and Europe were hit with severe drought and reduced planting, slashing global rapeseed stockpiles to a 4-year low. It says now concerns are developing. It says about the South American and La Nina weather program has produced a hot and dry weather in top growing regions and massive floods hitting the palm oil farms in Malaysia. All right, so that's going to trickle over here to the west. Okay, so anyway, Salakia, man, I was eating some nuts. Some of those probiotic, they kind of like a check mix. But anyway, it says an international rally in crude prices and a push towards a greener future, leading to increased demand for vegetable oils to produce biofuels. All right, biofuels. But yet this is the shit people are consuming, vegetable oil, which is totally toxic. It says Paris rapeseed futures nearly suggested a 6% Friday to a new record high and was the latest intraday gain since 2009. And it says North American canola oil rose as much as 1.5%. All right. And that's pretty much the end of that article. But this shows you here that the markets are getting ready to collapse, and this food shortage, this famine, is getting ready to kick in heavily in the West. All right. So, hey, brothers, man, we're in that time, man. So being circumspect, watching the prophecies, focusing on Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, and really, putting these scoffers at bay, man, because, hey, we can't allow them to distract us from doing the work of the Most High, man. All right. So anyway, going down, and it reads here, and he slept and dreamed the second time, and behold, the 7 ears of corn came up one stalk and rained good. And behold, 7 thin ears and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And it came to pass in the morning that his spirit was troubled, and he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt and all the wise men thereof. And Pharaoh told them his dream, but there was none that can interpret him unto Pharaoh. That's how heavily the dream was, because, hey, he went to his top men to get understanding of this dream, and he couldn't. That's why he had to go to a man of the Lord, okay? And you will see the whole benefit of when Joseph broke down the dream to Pharaoh while he was exalted, right? So going here to the book of 2 Kings 6, and I'm going to start at verses 24. And it says, and it came to pass after this that Benhadad, the king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. Okay, so if you look up the word besiege, which I think I've done a word search on that before. But anyway, let's go here. Look up the word besiege. Besiege definition. Yeah, this phone been acting real trippy. But it says here, besiege, a place surrounded by armed forces aiming to capture it or force surrender. Basically, you're a war. Okay, and America is really under siege. Like the whole thing with the global markets and with the supply chains, all those containers that was left out in the ocean. Okay, not even a whole year ago, which is still out there. They're just not reporting on it. But a lot of these shipping containers and so forth, a lot of these was like under particular security measures, because they said it wasn't a shortage of drivers, but the fact that they wasn't letting anybody get it. So my thing is, if they're not letting anybody get it, then who's sieging or who's besieging or guarding these trailers, man? You know what I'm saying? Why won't they let them loose? Like it's a yard, like a rail yard by my job. And I know one of my coworkers was telling me, he said about a year and a half ago, that whole yard was stockpiled. Now you look over there, there's hardly shit left. Okay, why? Because all those containers are out in the ocean. You see? So yeah, we're in those times, man. And it reads, and it says here, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 4 pieces of silver, and the 4th part of calf of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. So you have food that wasn't even food that was being sold for high commodities, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look up the whole thing of silver, like 50 shekels of silver, man, that'd be years of intense labor if you knew how much 50 shekels of silver were worth doing in the ancient world. Okay, so just how much 5 to 10 shekels are worth in this day and age for calves dove, for cow shit, man. Dog shit. Bird shit. Things that's not literally food people are gonna be paying top dollar for, man. Hey, bro, how much you gonna charge me to let me know on them? I'll give you $100. You let me eat them rims. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But cannibalism is gonna go back in a heavy way, because, like I said, when this famine hits America, man, people are gonna literally be eating the damn tires off their vehicles, man, for want of food. That's how bad it's gonna get. Okay, like we're coming into some very, and we're already in them, but we're coming into some dark times, man. All right, and I don't think you people can fathom the concept of what the hell is getting ready to happen to your beloved America. Because all this mirth and planned games, this stuff is pretty much done, man. Okay, there's no more use for this place. The Most High has served its purpose. Okay, and it says here, and the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, and there cried a woman unto him, saying, help my lord, O king. And he said, if Yahweh doth not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, out of the winepress. And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. And we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she hid her son. All right. So that's the whole point. That's cannibalism right there. I think there's another scripture in Ezekiel that goes into it. Let me try to find it real quick. And I'm going to end it on that note. I think it's Ezekiel, the 14th chapter. I think it may be Ezekiel 21 when it goes into how the man would eat the flesh of his sons. Something to that magnitude. This may be it. Prophecy together. I don't want to waste too much time on it, man. I would type it in, but I can't remember how to paraphrase it. Damn. Ezekiel 27. No, Exodus. Hold on. Give me 1 second, brothers. Exodus. I'm going to find this precept. I can't really find it. I can't remember how it's paraphrased, but I know it's in Ezekiel. Fuck. I can't find it, man. But anyway, man, you brothers get the point. Jeremiah, the 15th chapter, 11th chapter goes into the famine. Some for death to death, some from captivity to captivity. But anyway, I'm going to just end it there, giving out praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And with that, shalom and the Baba Ball.